What it do? See me with the crew, had to get some food. I see you looking like you do, had to make a move.
If this content is entertaining or informative and helped you in any way, or if you have a video topic request about absolutely anything, send a donation to the Cash App or follow me on social media. Peace. Hey, it's Nate Almighty. Do me a favor. Before you watch the rest of this video, go ahead, hit that bell, man. Subscribe, man. Subscribe. Peace. What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. I took some time and I thought about some mistakes that mothers have made. And this is focused mainly on single mothers, but there's also situations where the mother and the father is there and the father doesn't have the testicular fortitude or the wherewithal to even know that these are some of the ways young men need to be reared. So I got the top five mistakes that our mothers made while raising us. And I'm making this all inclusive to include all brothers, boys of all races and creeds who were raised by mostly single moms. Because what people don't acknowledge is that fathers parent in different ways than mothers, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see the differences that a father would have made. Because of these five things, chances are if there was a productive father around, because you can't just say father, a father who thinks, an intellectual thinking man, things would be different for a lot of us, including myself. My father died when I was 3 years old, you know, and there's things I would have learned that I didn't learn because he wasn't around. And this is not to slander the mothers, but this is to if any mother or single mother ends up watching this, they'll have a reference point as to certain things that young boys need. So, number one, the top 5 mistakes our mothers made when raising us. Number one, telling us to be respectful simps to women. Oftentimes, quite often, we've been kids and a lot of us, our parents are not together when we were raised up. My father died when I was 3 years old. My father was a womanizer. He had a lot of different women. He was into a lot of different stuff that my mother didn't approve of. But, you know, she loved that man and she stuck by him till the day he died, you know what I'm saying? But after that, it's the typical thing, you know, the typical thing that mothers tell their sons growing up, which is be extra nice to women. Hold the door for them, pull their chairs out, never lie, grow up, have a job, take care of your woman, spend all your money on her, spoil her, treat her like a queen. You see, in all due reality, I personally feel like that shit just don't work. I mean, there's plenty dudes that can attest to that. I've never been a super simp, but I've had my simp moments. I've never been a trick, but I've had my moments where my emotions was too caught up in the chick, and I've been outside arguing with chicks or sending chicks long paragraphs because I'm in my feelings and I don't like the things that they're doing. I've been too available for chicks and have my time wasted. I've been taken advantage of. I've been angry enough to want to fight or kill another man over this chick who basically is loose. And once I go to jail or die, she just gonna deal with a whole nother dude and have another 2 dudes going through the same situation. You know, boys need a father around who really has experience with women and really knows the truth. And the truth is that women don't like guys that's too nice. You know what I'm saying? Too nice, it doesn't turn them on. It don't get them wet. When you dealing with a position of power with women, you have to womanize to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Women revere the men who make them feel like they're not that special. I don't know what more simple way to put it. Not men who necessarily degrade them and make them feel like dirt and trash, but the man that makes himself so lit and he has the energy about him, whereas I don't care about you, I don't need you. Those are the desirable men to women. But that's number one. Number two, only being satisfied with high school or college diplomas, not pushing young men in the direction of vocational training. Now, because women don't particularly care for vocational training, things like becoming a welder, things like becoming an electrician, things like becoming a carpenter, things like, like being able to fix robots, things like, computer engineering, HVAC, all those different type of things that women would rather never ever be caught doing because, it's not glamorous, it's not like fun for them. They forget that they have young boys who are gonna need jobs. And these young boys, we spend our whole lives going to school and caring about school and college because our parents tell us this. And then when the father's not around, see, the father has the balance. See, a well-rounded father knows that education is important, but also understands that this shit is a setup for your child to be in debt for the rest of his life. And a father, even though he cares about education, he grows up. Well, back in the days, most fathers, they grew up learning how to do things with their hands, fix things around the house, learn things like that. And see, when college, when your diploma is not enough, you don't need to be under a contract to still be able to make money as long as you can do things with your hands, as long as you can fix things. These are things that mothers don't push their children to do. Like my mom never pushed me in the vocational training. She told me she wanted me to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But she told me she wanted to be a lawyer or doctor. But see, that's stereotypical for a mother to wish for their child when you also got to push them in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times single mothers, they have things that they want their kids to do, but either it won't fit them, it won't suit them when they get older, or it be unrealistic, or they don't push them in the direction that it needs. They don't put that extra because they're not thinking ahead like a father would. You know what I'm saying? It's not just enough for you to have a high school diploma. What does a high school diploma mean when there's high competition? If this company, and most companies are owned by white people, they're gonna hire a white person first, even if you have more experience than that white person, just because of how it looks. And half the times where they hire black people, it's strictly for affirmative action so they can get extra money for their company. And when that doesn't work for a young black kid, if he knows how to do things with his hands, if he can fix cars, build on computers, if he can do demolition work, if he knows how to, do carpentry and build houses and things like that, he will always be able to make some money and take care of himself and his family. But a lot of single mothers don't think about that, unfortunately. Simple as that. Number three on mistakes that mothers have made with us. Not telling, and this is focused on black boys specifically, not telling us our history or even caring to learn about it themselves so they can teach us. Not even caring or being concerned to have us under the guidance, the leadership and tutelage of a male figure who could teach us sense of self, knowledge of self. Half of the reason for all the crimes that's going on and all the black people going against each other and not uniting and hating each other and being violent towards each other, a lot of that is because we don't have knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand how great we are. We don't understand the real contributions we made to society. The only thing we learn in school outside of the home, as far as black history goes, like, they only go to slavery. When they talk about ancient Africans, they don't even speak on ancient Africans as if they were melanated people, which they were in the beginning, because of course, people dark like us and brown people, we are the original man and women of this planet. I mean, it's as simple as this. Egypt is real hot. The sun won't kill us, but it kills everybody else if it gets too hot. That simply is because we're the original people of this planet. And everything in this atmosphere, everything that got to do with the sun, everything the earth was made of is primarily in our cells, in our melanin. So everything works together, just like the plants grow off the sun and they rise towards the sun, the direction of the sun. Our hair rises in the direction of the sun because we are those kind of people. But even if you don't want to get that deep, if mothers just sat their kids down and showed them videos and had them read up on all the great inventions that black people made, you know what I'm saying? Like all the great inventions, like the stuff that got to do with golf and the hot comb and peanut butter and all the more intricate stuff. Like black people had a large hand in getting the internet established, you know what I'm saying? Video games and stuff like that. Like black people had a great hand in that. Like 3D technology, I believe, was created by a black woman, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that will instill pride in a young black man, and he'll want to be a servant also to his society, just like all these great people, you know what I'm saying? But number 4, being consumed with Western traditions like Christmas and all the other holidays, Halloween, stuff like that, etc. This is a great mistake, and this is a mistake that women are not gonna give up. Consumerism is a big problem with black people in general, but it's the women who are way, way, way worse. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll spend hours at a time in Target and Walmart buying a whole bunch of bullshit that they don't need, you know what I'm saying? That it'll be in their closet, never being used, or it'll be used a couple times and never used again, you know what I'm saying? Having us celebrate things like Christmas and Thanksgiving, all these negative paganistic holidays that they warped into something positive just to get you to fall for their marketing schemes and spend a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Black men could be reared in a different way, and they could grow up not wasting their money on these things and saving their money and starting businesses when they 25. Women could save their own money and build better lives for their own children, you know what I'm saying? But hey, they're not gonna listen to this. So if you're watching this and you're a father, you a man yourself, if you want to keep your children from falling victim to Western society and culture and being a consumerist and spending their money on unnecessary stuff, it's up to you, because your baby mother is not going to give it up. It's up to you to live your life differently so your children can at least see the different side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like me, for instance, this past Christmas, I didn't celebrate Christmas at all. I didn't buy my kids nothing. I didn't buy my mother nothing, which are the only people who I buy anything for. And this is so they understand that this is a useless holiday and it doesn't benefit anyone. And people who hate us and want to see us die, they created this holiday. So why are we participating in this? Makes no sense. And number 4, keeping us away from our fathers because of personal feelings that have nothing to do with the child. Speaking from personal experience, over a petty reason, that in the last year, my baby mother of my second child, King, she did not allow me to speak to my son on his birthday. She didn't allow me to speak to him. She allowed him to call me. This is the thing. My son has Kid Messenger, okay? We had a petty argument over something that got nothing to do with nothing that's important, nothing that would even justify somebody logically keeping somebody from that child on that child's birthday of all days, you know what I'm saying? But when I decided to call my son directly on Kid's Messenger, I happened to be blocked. Now, my son doesn't know about that at all. So I confronted my baby moms about that, and she told me that she did it on purpose because of some stupid reason, and basically, make a long story short, she wanted me to do something that I didn't want to fucking do. Why? Because I'm a man. I don't care if you're my baby mother. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my mother who gave birth to me and breastfed me for the first year of my life. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. It's as simple as that. So, in typical bitter, angry baby mama fashion, you know what I'm saying, she used my child against me. You know what I'm saying? And I literally have not spoken to my son since then, and I have tried to speak to my son. You know what I'm saying? She wants me to demasculate myself in order to be able to speak to my son. So my mom has been talking to my son. Like there's plans for my son to come down here this weekend. I've reached out to her personally about the situation. Instead of talking to me directly about the situation so we can get everything together, she has my son call my mom and discuss the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, be an adult. Like, if you're not gonna talk to me, at least speak to my mom, get the dates established so my mom could go get these fucking kids and I can have my children for the summer. All this extra petty stuff, ridiculous. Major mistake. And it's costing kids a lot of valuable time with their fathers, you know what I'm saying? But this is just my opinion. If I offended anybody, I don't care. Get out your feelings. Get the sand out your vagina. But this is my personal opinion. The top 5 mistakes that our mothers have made with us. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.